Well, who the hell are you?
Me? I'm nobody. Hello, this shall be my review of Nobody, starring Bob Odenkirk as Hutch, I believe that was his name in it. But this is kind of similar to a John Wick movie without getting into spoilers and all that. But without further ado, shall we begin? So, Nobody, starring Bob Odenkirk as Hutch. The first half will be spoiler-free, and then the second half is when we'll get into spoilers, like I usually do for all my videos. But just to give a quick synopsis of this, Bob Odenkirk kind of plays a, I forgot what they call him, but it's like, it's pretty much kind of like John Wick. Like, he was one that you did not, an auditor. He was the last one you kind of wanted to see at your door because it means that you would be dead. But he decided to leave that whole life behind because for a family and all that, because he just wanted the family life. Because he saw somebody else have the family life, and he was like, I kind of want that. And the movie opens up with, like, his routine Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, etc. Because it starts his work week and how it's actually just the mundane, just work week. Like, it's the same thing over and over again. And he's just, like, he's like, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and it was just like him going through like everything. It was just like he's living the mundane work life, and he's like he's just kind of bored of it. And his wife has a pillow between the two because they kind of had a falling out. They go later, like they go into that more later on in the movie, but as for this, they're just like they had a little bit of a falling out right now. That's really all they say. And then they have two kids, I want to say. I don't know. I saw this like a couple weeks ago, and I wanted to make a review video for it, but I got sidetracked with so many other things, so I was like, okay, I'll do it now for this. But it was a really relatively good movie. When the action scenes appear, they are phenomenal. They are great. And Christopher Lloyd plays in this as well, and he plays Hutch as well, Bob Odenkirk's dad in it. And he's in like a retirement home, but he's still like a badass with certain things. Like, you still don't want to mess with this guy. Like, he's still like, he could still put up a fight, and he could still end you if you wanted to. But without really going into a lot of spoilers, I will say that the action scenes are the best part about it. The plot is super simple, but it fits it just like the first John Wick movie. The first John Wick movie is his girlfriend died, and the last thing she left him was a dog, and then the dog gets killed, and then his car gets jacked, so he decides to go back into the game and get it all back. And then, but like the opening fight scene in this, well, not the opening, but the first one that really kicks it off was that bus scene from the trailer, and they do it so well. It's so well done. And Bob Odenkirk, I believe that he trained for like two years, I believe, to get this movie right, so all the action scenes were well done. And the villain was okay. He's kind of just like a forgettable villain. They did have him have like a couple scenes where you're just like, oh, okay. Like, it made him a bit more memorable, but like not that much. Like, he was okay. He served the purpose of the story, but he wasn't anything like amazing. There was like this one karaoke scene where he decided to sing, which I thought was kind of comical, but it wasn't anything amazing. But for the non-spoiler review of this, I would say it's definitely an 8 out of 10. It's a very, very well done movie. The action scenes is where it soars. Bob Odenkirk does a great job. The whole family is like, every actor in this is good. And if you enjoyed John Wick, I highly recommend this, because this is exactly right up the same alley as John Wick. So now, before we get into spoilers, I shall give a 5-second warning. Alright, so the big thing about this is that they break into his house, and he could have taken them out with the golf club and all that, but he decided not to do it. And then the son like comes in and starts punching the guy, and then the son's like, come on, we can take him. And then Bob is just like, no, we're not gonna do that. He ends up getting a black eye, and he like pretty much holds him accountable for all that. And then he flips, and then he was like, did they take the kitty cat bracelet? And then he was that's the thing that sets him off, because that was his daughter's favorite bracelet. And he's like, okay, that's enough. And then he goes after him and all that. And then he finds out that the person that stole from them is having their own problems. They have a baby that's supply on oxygen and all that. And he was like, you guys could use the money. After he beat him up a little bit, he felt bad about it, and he was like, I'm sorry. And then he leaves, and then he has a little freak out in an alley, and then he gets on the bus, and then that's that famous scene where he just takes them all out one by one, and it's so well done. It is such a great action scene. And then once they're all out, we meet the villain that decides to do a little karaoke, because apparently who doesn't like karaoke? The villain, he definitely enjoys karaoke. He's singing, he's having a good time, he's with girls, like, that's just the kind of villain that they're writing for this. And then we later on find out that his son was one of the hospitalized people on the bus, because they're in the hospital now because he completely beat the utter shit out of them. And then, like, he's like, we're gonna fight him, and we're gonna kill him. And then it just turns out to be this whole big, like, action, like, that's what it really sets off. There's a lot of fun action scenes. The music choices in this are actually surprisingly well done, too. Like, Heartbreaker's one of the chase songs where Bob Odenkirk is in a car chase, and then the villain is, like, literally leaning out of the car like this, firing at him. Like, it was so much fun. And it was like, you're a real heartbreaker, and I'm gonna break your heart in two. And it was just like, oh, okay. It's like, this is just a whole hell of a lot of fun. It's like if John Wick could, like, lend more into just, like, the fun attitude of it. John Wick is super, super well done. I absolutely love the trilogy. I'm really looking forward to the fourth one. But if it was, like, this is just, like, John Wick, if it, like, I just had a lot of fun with it. And I'm not bashing John Wick whatsoever. I absolutely love those movies. But anyway, like, after that happens, there's this, like, big shootout scene. His dad is part of it, too. And then the way that they kill the villain, it's pretty well done, but, like, it wasn't my absolute favorite death. I think John Wick had a couple better villain deaths, too, especially in the first one, that fight in the rain, because they didn't really have any hand-to-hand combat in it. It was just, like, he strapped a bomb to one of the police shields, and then he went running, and then it exploded, and then the villain was like... And that's how they ended up killing the villain. Like, that was his, like, his death, which, it wasn't terrible, but it just, like, it wasn't the best death I think that they actually could have done for him, but it was still, what it was. RZA was also in this, too. I've known him from Brick Mansions and The Man with the Iron Fists. He doesn't have a huge role in it. He's only in it for maybe, like, 15 minutes tops. It's only for the final battle, and then he talks through him to, like, a radio, too, and all that, but it's nothing, like, super, super big. It's not a big role whatsoever, but, there's one scene in this that completely reminds me of John Wick. It's a scene from the first one where there's the house invasion. It always plays out exactly the same when Bob Odenkirk is just taking them all down and all that one by one. And then just, like, it screamed, like, John Wick so much to me. Like, it was definitely, like, just John Wick inspired. And, after they fix everything and all that, and he's back to his old ways again, the wife actually comes around, and they're actually, like, together again, and it seems like it's a much better family than he had before, because he's no longer lying to himself. He is nobody, like he said at the beginning of the movie, that ends up catching up to itself in the end. He's like, who the hell are you? And he's, like, lighting a cigarette, and he's like, me? I'm nobody. I just think that's so well done. I really enjoyed that part. But anyway, that was my review of Nobody, starring Bob Odenkirk. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and a subscribe so I know to keep making more of these. If you have any video requests, please put them down in the comments below. I will do my best to reply. If you saw this movie, let me know what you thought of it down in the comments below. If you rank it the same as John Wick, or if you think John Wick is a bit better, or you think they're just about the same. And let me know what you thought of the action scenes in this, like, because I thought they were actually really well done. But anyway, thanks for watching as always, and I will see all of you in the next video. Bye!